Okay, so I did bad again, just like I did with the Crosley air conditioner. I recorded part of this unit, cleaning it. This is the Whirlpool DesignerStyle, I think it's 11,000 BTU, I don't know, I'll show that in a minute. And I recorded part of it, and the cleaning basically, and then I stopped, and we'll get to that in a minute. I ordered a part, and during that time, my original footage had gotten deleted. So we'll get right into that. Go ahead and grab yourself a Fresca, and we will be in the video. Or we will begin the video is what I meant to say. We'll be in the video. Shit, that's great. Okay, so we came across a couple of things when working on this unit originally. First of all, you remember that the switch was hard to turn and the shaft was dry rotted. Well, I pulled it out and tried to lubricate it with some deoxit. I tried opening it. It was shot. So I went ahead and ordered a new switch, and of course, even though it has the exact same part number, it's different. Off is here. Fan only is here. Low cool, I think, is here. Max cool is here, and I think this is supposed to be medium cool, or quiet cool is here. But here it is right now on the first click, and then I turn it to here, the fan speeds up to what I would expect to be medium. And if I click it again, it goes back down to the low speed, which is the same speed that's here. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I'll be most of the time running it on there or there. It's fine. It's running, you know. This is not like a... This is not like a collector's item of a unit, you know. This has already broken the grill, which is unfortunate. It's a really cool grill design. You know, you can turn these and they come out of both sides, but unfortunately, it's snapped off there. I don't know what happened to it. But I mean, you can still move it up and down. So what I'm going to do is just glue it in there so that it's pointing straight forward. I think that's about the best I can do for it. Unless I could find a new grill for it, but honestly, I don't feel like paying for shipping or anything like that, and I doubt I'm going to find one locally, and if I do, it's probably going to be on another unit. This filter is shot. So I'm going to have to figure out something to do with that. I mean, the filter is literally gone. We just have a frame here. It used to be a foam filter. Anyway, other than that, the unit's running great. I opened it up, and this is weird. So that Crosley unit, which was also a Whirlpool unit, the bottom of the coil, you know, around the frame, bottom of the coil and all that, had absolutely no rust on it, but the bottom of the base pan was almost, well, not completely rusted out, but I mean, the whole thing had no paint on it, and I mean, it still does. At the end of this year, I might pull it out. I'm going to use it all this year, and at the end of this year, I might pull it out and kind of scrape it and paint it. I don't know. I might just let it be how it is. I mean, it's pretty thick metal. It's not like it's going to start rusting through anytime soon. But anyway, this one has the opposite problem. The paint in the bottom's perfectly fine, and I know there's a lot of dirt still in the bottom. I promise you, the coil is clean. The paint on the bottom is perfectly fine on the whole pan, but around here was rotted out. And you can see it's actually gone through there on this fan shroud, but it's okay, it's supported well, it's not hitting the fan. But I just found that interesting. I drilled some drain holes. I drilled like 1, 2, 3, 4. I drilled 5 of them. I always put a bunch of drain holes because you know 1 or 2 of them is going to get plugged up. Yeah, here's the compressor running. It sounds really good. It sounded really angry when we first got it, but that was because that coil was completely plugged almost. Nice Matsushita rotary. You know, back when rotary compressors were actually still good. Suction line is cold. My hand is not really this red. I don't know why it looks so red in the camera. That's warm. This has a nice fat suction line and a nice big filter dryer there. You just don't, I mean, it's half the size of the compressor. You don't see that on a modern unit. Anyway, the compressor's running really smooth. I put some tape around the capillary tubing because I'm always paranoid that they're going to rub through, even though they've been fine since 1990. I'm paranoid. Back coil's in good shape. There's not a bunch of, what do you call those, dents? There's a couple right there, but not to the point where it's going to affect anything. It's got good airflow through it. The fan motor is obviously, it's one of these that you're supposed to oil annually. They got a oil port here and here. I was able to get oil into this port, but this one here, the little plastic thing broke off in there. You know, it's got these, I'm not going to play with it, but yeah, got these plastic things. It broke off in there, so I wasn't able to oil that. So I'm thinking what I'm going to have to do is maybe get a drill bit or something, and a little small one, and somehow ream that out of there, and then find something new to put in there. Or, hear me out here, not oil it, because it's running just fine. I don't want to kill the bearings in it though, so I'm probably going to oil it if I put it into service. I might leave it alone until I go to put it into service, but yeah. Anyway, it's running fine. It has an incredible amount of airflow. I really didn't expect this thing to have so much airflow out of here, but once this coil's been cleaned, it does. Moves a lot of air. It's ice cold. It's running great. Of course, this is a big slide-out chassis. I'll walk over to it in a second. Anyway, here's the specs. Made in February of 1990, and the thermostat, I've had a bunch of Whirlpool units with bad thermostats, but lately the ones that I've been getting have not had bad thermostats. Anyway, like mentioned, this unit is fully together because it's a slide-out chassis. It's not a fixed chassis, so when you go to put it back together, you know, you have the rest of your chassis, or your sleeve, sorry, here, and I haven't cleaned the sleeve. I need to clean the sleeve. But you know, the sleeve's in, it doesn't say Whirlpool or anything on it, it's just blank. Sleeve's in good shape, there's no rust or anything on the bottom. And you can tell, this is the kind of unit you really do want to have a support underneath. This thing is heavy, you don't want to just stick this thing in the window and let it ride. I mean, you could, if you have nice, heavy, you know, maybe some vintage windows, but not modern plastic ones. And both of the things here, if I can get these open with one hand here, let me try the other one. Well, top was stuck on the other one, bottom stuck on this one. Oh, here we go. You know what, can you just believe me that both of these are fully intact? New foam is gonna, you know, these foam bits are always quite rotted on these. And here's a ground wire. I guess that just hooks up to the rest of it. See, there's a sleeve. Whirlpools never have paint on them. It's like the sun bakes off the paint. And I mean, I've seen a bunch of different units, and it seems like it's always Whirlpools that have that happen. Anyway, I do apologize that I didn't get it on film. Well, I did get it on film, but then it got deleted, me cleaning that. But it is cleaned. It is running great. Compressor sounds great. Before it kind of sounded angry, but that was just because the coil was plugged. Good cleaning, and this unit's back to sounding perfect. That is a really interesting front grille. The whole thing's kind of like a grill. Anyway, thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment if you have one. Goodbye.